Hey, my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gena if you are new here, and I'm the creative here on YouTube behind Create and Daydream. So today I'm going to do a heart check-in with y'all. I had planned on filming something after I did the unboxing for the May devotional from Illustrated Faith, but life got a little bit crazy. My daughter graduated from Baylor in Waco, Texas, and as many of you know, I live in California, so we did a little road trip out there and back, and time just got away from me. So what I'm going to share is how I've been working through it. As you can see, I made a little tag ring. I've been working through the devotional. I've done a little bit of faith art journaling, so let me share that with you. Okay, so I'm starting off here just sharing that I sectioned off the various women, the 4 women that our writer, Amy, focused on for Heart Check, and I just kind of glued those down, put some stitching on it, and here we are into the first main page of the devotional, and we're dissecting scripture here. This is on Psalm 86:11. Let me say right here at the beginning, so far, and I believe it's going to continue, every single dissecting scripture page has been done on a live with Amy and Tiffany. We got a little bit behind because Tiffany ended up getting sick and then Amy ended up getting sick. So pray for them. I believe they're both doing better, but you can go and find their lives where we're dissecting scripture over on the Illustrated Faith feed. I will make sure to leave a link down below. And like I said, we started with Psalm 86:11. That was Amy kind of introducing us into how she wanted to set up the dissecting scripture. And now I'm jumping into Sarah. And these pages, I didn't really worry about if they were pretty. I just wanted to focus in on what the story of Sarah was about. She was in disbelief of God. And I kind of wanted to highlight what I wanted to focus on as well as what I wanted to study. And then that leads us into Isaiah 41:9-10. And we go through this and dissect it. And it really helped me a lot to listen to the live and hear where Amy's heart was and where she pulled things to study for this. So on each of these dissecting scripture pages, there are first thoughts. There's who, when, where, what, why. She gives us related verses. She asks us, what does this tell me about God? There's a music playlist. There's a place for notes, and there's a place to examine yourself. And for this particular week, which I believe was week 2, Isaiah 41:9-10, Amy kind of walked us back through saying that if she would have had a chance to redo this, she probably would have added more scripture. So that's what you see on that previous page. So there's lots of scripture that can go along with one scripture, and it's a great way to learn. And here I'm just showing you, this is what the pages look empty, and what I did and what a lot of ladies in the community are doing is we're just coming in and adding some ephemera, either ephemera from the kit or sticker ephemera. As of right now, this devotional and a lot of the ephemera from the kit is still available. I would encourage you to go get it. It's fantastic. You can also always pick this up digitally. And LaQuisha Hall, who's at Confident Canvas, she set this up in like a traveler's notebook type of a journal. And she's just using basically the digital format, and it's pretty phenomenal. So I'm going to link her below as well. So there's just a couple little, hey, if you want to pick these up, everything will be linked along with the ladies that I've mentioned. And now let's just kind of jump back into this. Because there are lives recorded, I'm not going to go into too much of the scriptures myself, because I believe that it's better for you to hear it from Amy and Tiffany as they really dove into it. There's a lot of resources that they used, like the Blue Letter Bible and various Bible journaling apps, as well as different, scripture study Bibles and stuff like that. So they will both be linked. I will link the lives, and here I'm just showing you what the rest of the book looks like. So I focused in on Sarah and Rebecca, and there still is Mary and Martha left. And this is just the end of it. That was a beautiful Amy there. And now I will show you how I set up my little tag ring. So for the cover there, all I used was Shauna Noel's thank you card, and I added some of the ephemera, which was flowers and hearts, and then I used just a Becky Higgins Project Life tag, And that's what I show here with the date on it. I put some washi on it. I had tried, my plan was to do what Shauna Noel did, was she made a little ring book with 2 rings, and I just did not have the time getting prepared to go to Waco. So I did a single ring. I love it. I love the way it turned out. What I did was I included a lot of the ephemera. I used a few different sets from the Illustrated Faith shop. These are flashcards that Shauna Noel designed, and they're fantastic. As you can see, the book's up at the top and then the verses at the bottom, which I thought was genius. So I matched those up with each section of the devotional. I'm going to show you that a little bit here. So as you can see, I just cut down the flashcards, which I really hope Shauna Noel makes again. And then I matched them up to the devotional, and then I wrote the scripture on the back. You know, if you've been watching me, I like to write out scripture. It helps me digest it and meditate on it. So it's something I always do. And now we're jumping into our first study, and this is of Sarah. So for the 4 women that we studied, I made sections of them in my ring. So I took Beloved Society printables, and that's what you see on there. The prescription card is actually from the kit. It's in ephemera, and I believe that's still available. The Disbelief was also from the kit, but you can get that digitally. I believe that may be from Jill Drangsholt's toolbox, so I will double check that and make sure it's linked below. And then again, just threw in another Project Life card. I have a ton of them trying to use stuff up. So that's how you're going to see me sharing this. And then one of the best things that I have seen in ephemera is Kelly Bang's prescription cards. They are so fantastic. She has the prescription of the top, which in this case is disbelief, and then she correlated that and connected it with all of the scriptures from that section. So what I just did was I popped out the little hole, which they all come with like a tag. You see an extra hole because, again, I was trying to do a 2-ring tag book, didn't work out for me. So I just added in some black and white twine on the ones that I've done, a little bit of washi tape, and a little bit of ephemera. Sometimes I stapled it. Sometimes I glued it down. So this particular card is specifically from Kelly Bang's Heart Check digital set, and I made these cards before I was even thinking about what I was going to do for this devotional, and it just kind of all worked out and tied in. So that's something that you can make digitally. The J and the C, that represents Jesus Christ. Here's some paper from her set that I left in there empty because I still might want to come in and take notes. And now we're jumping into Rebecca, and this is going to be the same thing. So I made sure not to cover up my notes, and I'm just adding in some paper clips. It's something that I saw Tiffany do, and I thought it was really cute. When you're having a tag book, you can add in anything because it hangs. So I have a ton of paper clips, and you know I'm all about using things up now. So now I'm sharing Isaiah 41, 9 through 10, and I just think those flashcards, that's a genius thing. I know I use the word genius a lot, but I just think these ladies are genius. Like, it's so smart. So now we're going into the prescription of distrust, and this is Rebecca. And again, I just made some tags. So the prescription cards actually came as tags, and then for this one, for example, I used Kelly Bang's Heart Check digital set. So that's where the paper's from, that's where the extra ephemera's from, and you're just going to kind of see that mixed in. I just love it so much. And here's one. This one, the background, that is Jill Drangsholt. She did, I believe that's from the toolbox, and I just put it on there. It's the alphabet. And here's another one. Just added a few little things on there. And then now I have Mary and Martha set up. So I haven't worked through this portion of the ring. But I can tell you, one thing I love about this is the fact that it is done, and now I can just come in and write my study. So yeah, as you can see, I can take all this apart. I won't put it down permanently until I'm done. And it has been fantastic, especially because I was traveling. So while I was traveling, I did some fussy cutting, and I kind of just had ideas of how I was going to put this together. And it was something easy I could could just pull out one of the cards and work on it. So there's an idea for you, if especially with summertime. I know some of us get super busy, not necessarily me because I'm an empty nester, but I still like to have things made ahead of time. So if you can do that, if you can take a day or a couple days and just lay everything out and put it together, it makes coming back to a project so much easier. So I'm going to finish up here sharing my tags. You're going to see a lot of blank ones. You're going to see ones that I prepped. Here's Martha. I did stamp out all the women's names, and I believe that is Illustrated Faith Big Story Alpha, the smaller version of it. And I wrapped things with washi tape. That's all Illustrated Faith as well. I love the measuring tape, washi tape. And here is Disengagement, another card that I made with Heart Check. So I'm on the Illustrated Faith creative team for Kelly Bangs. And then Kelly Bangs was the artist for this release. And I don't believe I said that here, but I did share that in my unboxing. So if you want to hear every single thing about the devotional, you can go back to my unboxing. Everything is not being sold in a kit anymore, but a lot of things are still available individually. So now we're going to jump into my faith art journal. This is something that I have absolutely loved doing. This is by Ranger. It's a Delusions faith art journal. They have a various amount of sizes, and I've been using mine with each devotional and a couple other little projects, and I tell you, I love it so much. So here I'm just kind of giving you an idea of the good soil. This was April's devotional, and I'm kind of doing an intro page. So that was me showing you where the butterfly was. I put in my writing there. On this page, I think I'm going to do it up here on the right. So what I did here was the ABCs, that is from the toolbox, that will be linked. And then you saw that I took the devotional, I just made a copy of the front of it, and then I cut it out and I put it on top of those letters. And then there is some little bit of foam tape in there to lift those up a little bit off the page. And then I'm just sharing that I'm using some of the ephemera that came with the kit that is available right now individually, and you can also get that digitally. So the florals that are laid down, that's on clear sticker paper, and they're laid down from the digital kit. And then what I did was I also printed off the digital version of the devotional. That will always be available. It's linked below, and I wanted to put that typewriter in there because I loved leading with this verse that Amy led with us. So now we're going into the second page. This will be the only other page that I do for this kit because it's at the end of May and we're starting into Truth Camp, but I love so much how this turned out. So I printed out the devotional, but I was only looking to print like a few pages. I wanted to just get, like you saw, the typewriter and some florals off the side and some of the back, some of the scripture. And so I had this extra writing. And a while back, I believe it was in Good Soil, I had accidentally started printing off an extra little bit of the devotional, and I used that on the side of this faith journal. And I love using this as a background. So it's all typed. It's from the devotional, and I just started cutting out pieces and laying down. So it's not in a particular order. It's not meant to be read, but it is meant to be the background. And I think it looks great. I think it would look cool with paint as well, or stamps or whatever. This is all just digital ephemera. So this is me just printing this off and using it. So the big crosses, that is from Tamara Arcilia. And this is basically the same thing I did inside the devotional. Over here on the right, I'm still trying to figure out this page. That's going to be my next video. Is I'm going to come in and finish this page, and then I'm also going to do a Bible journaling page to wrap this up. So what I did here was the stamped portion says, "Teach me your ways," and a lot of that verse, that is Psalm 86:11, that says, "Teach me your way," but I wanted it to be like, "Teach me your ways," like all of God's ways. And then I finished it off with the verse that was in the devotional. So the little pink writing over there on the right is the verse, and then over on the very left-hand corner, that's Matthew 11:29. And then as you can see, I use disbelief, distrust, distracted, disengaged. That is from the toolbox from Heart Check. I just checked that. And now I want to finish this off with one of the beloved girls, and I'm debating if I want to go go with the one that looks a little bit older like me, or if I want to go with the one that looks like my beautiful young daughter. So let me know what you guys think that I should do, and I will probably already actually have it done, but I would love to know what you would pick, and I'm going to cover up my ending prayer there. So that is how I wrapped up this here. Again, my next video, or one of my next videos, will be how I finish this last page along with a Bible journaling page. So if you want to get any of these sets, I am going to try to link every single thing below, and I will give you a little tip here. So with the writing from the devotional, one way that I separate a lot of stuff and how I spend my money is on paper. So I use cardstock, I use clear sticker paper, and I use white sticker paper. So the disbelief, distrust, distracted, that's on white sticker paper. That way it sets it apart from the background that is on clear sticker paper. It looks very nice, very clean. So if you're going to invest in something, invest in paper. You could really do cardstock there, but sticker paper is just easier for me. I don't spend a lot of money on craft stuff. I'm trying to use up what I have. So there you go. There's a tip. Here is the leftover ephemera from the kit that I still have. And again, the kit's not available. However, you can buy the ephemera individually. Illustrated Faith has been packing in the ephemera. So y'all, thank you so much for watching and for hanging out. There'll be a follow-up video with a Bible journaling page and my devotional page. I hope you are well, and God bless you.